Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Syafiqah Binti Zamri and my matric number is H20A1901 and I want to talk about the introduction. There are 6 types of entrepreneurs. Firstly is franchise entrepreneurs. Franchise entrepreneurs get the support and direction from the franchisor so that they can open a new franchise in their local business areas. Second is high potential entrepreneurs. High potential entrepreneurs is one of the entrepreneurs that know how to get network. Third, social entrepreneurs. Social entrepreneurs is one of the entrepreneurs that seem passionate about making a positive impact to the world around them. Fourth, venture entrepreneurs. Venture entrepreneurs will invest in any business they like. Next, lifestyle entrepreneurs. Lifestyle entrepreneurs furthering their own personal goals to make a large profit. Last but not least is self-motivation entrepreneurs. Self-motivation entrepreneurs, also known as self-employed or home-based entrepreneurs.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Tuan Naziatul Wafa binti Tuan Well and I want to present about entrepreneur background. The entrepreneur that we have interviewed is Muhammad Safwan bin Abu Bakar, 34 years old from Penang. This is about how did he start the business. First of all, in 2014, he started by helping his mother in business of nasi campur in Penang. At the same time, he and his partner was decide to try something new, which is sell nasi lemak ayam berempah. This is because in their opinion, nasi lemak is one of the favorite foods people in Malaysia. Next, in 2015, by using the capital of 500 ringgit, they has using a competence to run their business. Even they know that many people have selling the nasi lemak, but they decide to make something different in terms of cuisine, menu and dishes. After a few months later, they managed to open a nasi lemak ayam berempah restaurant in Penang. This restaurant has received many customers from Malaysian, Chinese and also Indian. By that, they plan to create more menu to attract more people to come to their restaurant. This is about factors leads to the creation of business. The first factor is interested to be a businessman. In this situation, he was decided to quit from his job as an assistant official under government to start run the business. This is not a wrong decision because he was able to become a successful entrepreneur. The next factor is can generate higher income. This is because they think business is easy to grow more advanced. That's why they choose to sell nasi lemak ayam berempah compared with selling a beauty product and cosmetic even the capital was quite expensive. The next factor is he was a proactive person. This is because when he was still working under government, he began to help his mother in selling nasi campur on weekend. At the same time, he also found and tried to look for another kind of business that will lead him to get more income. The last factor is get supporting from family. This factor is very important to him to develop his motivation for what he does. It also can make him to always prepare to face any challenges in his business soon.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amir Hakim bin Abdul Rahman. My matrix number is H20A1082. Today, I will present company background. Name of company: Abe Nasi Lemak Ayam Berempah. What type of business is he or she running? In what industry? Mr. Safwan is a businessman involved in a small and medium industry. Mr. Safwan has a nasi lemak restaurant that meet the characteristic criteria of a profit not exceeding 35 millions. Mr. Safwan has also been categorized as a small and medium business, and he does need highly skilled workers and organized consistent of family member and friends of friends. The capital that Mr. Safwan spent do not exceed 2.5 million. Mr. Safwan's spicy nasi lemak business location nearby with the customer sitting. The general characteristic of Mr. Safwan employment is that SME employers have a low formal education, low qualification and less certificate. Who are the target customer? The customer that Mr. Safwan has a target is that Mr. Safwan prioritize children customer. This is because Mr. Safwan think that he is succeed in attracting the heart of children customer who like spicy chicken nasi lemak, and he can also attract their parents. Mr. Safwan also give priorities to adult customer because Mr. Safwan think adult customer need to be given priority. Mr. Safwan sell his spicy nasi lemak to all customer regardless of race, religion and skin color. This is because Mr. Safwan believes that not choosing the customer category can bring benefit to him. How do he or she run the business? Mr. Safwan way of doing business that Mr. Safwan buy a cooking necessities such as a pan, pot and etc. Before Mr. Safwan start his business, he will buy cooking ingredients such as rice, chilies, coconut milk, chicken spicy, cooking oil, and plastic to wrap the spicy chicken nasi lemak. Before he start the business, he will cook nasi lemak, marinate chicken, cook sambal, boiled eggs, and beans. At the time, he was going to the restaurant to make sure the restaurant was in good condition before he start the business. He will arrange the table and chair as usual for the number of chairs and tables sufficient for customer. He will also check a plate and cups have been washed by his employees. Mr. Safwan will make sure everything is fine before he open at 4:30 p.m. to 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. But the opening hours have a big change to 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. due to the COVID situation in our country. How many employers do he or she have? At the beginning of Nasi Lemak Ayam Berempah business, Mr. Safwan did a business with his friend Wan Muhammad Idwan. For a year, he started his business. Once his business had grown, he bought a restaurant. With the exercises of a restaurant, he has hired 10 people to help the business he run. The salary given by Mr. Safwan to the employees is 2,050 ringgit. In Mr. Safwan's opinion, the apron he take might always be honest and trustworthy when doing the job.
First, working experience can be defined as a short period spent in a workplace, which is usually by young people to learn what is like to do that kind of work. It is also can be said as any experience that a person gains while working in a specific field or occupation. But the expression is widely used to mean a type of volunteer work that is also commonly intended for young people to get a feel for professional working environment. Muhammad Safwan's activities before starting the venture is he was further his study in college after SPM, and then he worked for a while in the government after he graduated from the college. He worked under government for 4 years and he decided not to continue working under the government. While he was working, he also did a part-time job to cover his expenses to support his life. After that, he then helped his parents with their nasi campur business. He was gained the knowledge about the business from there. Next, as his role model, Muhammad Safwan has choose his friend as his role model. This is because his friend has a wide knowledge and experience about the business and the cooking field. So he was thinking that his friend is a good role model because he can learn more about this field with his friend. Next, as his role model, Muhammad Safwan has choose his friend as his role model. This is because his friend has a wide knowledge and experience about the business and the cooking field. So he was thinking that his friend is a good role model because he can learn more about this field with his friend. The entrepreneurial activity, Muhammad Safwan has do a lot of survey and research. This is because when he has much information and knowledge about this business, he can grow up his business and become a successful entrepreneur. Other than that, besides he opened the cafe of nasi abang, nasi lemak ayam berempah, he also has a tender of canteen at Klinik Kesihatan, which is it can build a encouragement of him to do better in this field. Muhammad Safwan had intention of being an entrepreneur at 28 years old, which is after he finished his contract in government for 4 years. He was thinking that it will be better if he started the business so that he is self-employed, which is he do not have any limit in doing something such as the working time and so on. He used all his knowledge to start the business in addition of his friend's help. He also was involved in his family business, which is nasi campur, and that is also the main reason that he want to build up his own business. Lastly, parents' background. His father's name is Haji Abu Bakar while his mother's name is Siti. Both of his parents are from Pulau Pinang, which is same as him. His parents also run a business which is nasi campur. However, after Muhammad Safwan has success, their parents has stopped their business to take a rest after 30 years old. His father passed away 1 year after they closed their business, which is in 2017. Lastly, parents' background. His father's name is Haji Abu Bakar while his mother's name is Siti. Both of his parents are from Pulau Pinang, which is same as him. His parents also run a business which is nasi campur. However, after Muhammad Safwan has success, their parents had stopped their business to take a rest after 30 years old. His father passed away 1 year after they closed their business, which is in 2017.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Naj Hazwani Irdina binti Razaiman and my metric number is H20A1641. I will present the entrepreneur at the time he started the venture. Point number 1 is everything starting from his childhood, which was not as beautiful and luxurious as others. He often sees the success of others who manage to buy and wear things they crave like big cars and dream homes. He admits to feeling jealous and wanting to succeed like them. He also said that if we want to get something bigger and great, we need to motivate ourselves to achieve all the dreams we want in life. Therefore, he wants to challenge himself to be better and best for his family and himself. Next, point number 2 is he made Sheikh Ahmad Bukhari as his idol in opening the business. He used to read journals about Sheikh Ahmad Bukhari and got inspiration and motivation because Sheikh Ahmad Bukhari is said not to have completed his studies but to have a luxurious life through his own hard work. For this reason, Sheikh Ahmad Bukhari has been made his first idol because of Sheikh Bukhari's very simple way, helping others and never being arrogant with others throughout the establishment of his business. Next, point number 3 is he also wants to open a job opportunities to other people. Mr. Safwan wants to help as much as possible so that all human beings have the opportunity to have a better life. This is the motivation for Mr. Safwan to start his nasi lemak ayam berempah business. Mr. Safwan said he had not continued his studies and continued to work with the government until the age of 27. He believed that it is not necessary to live more comfortable and easily, that we need to be highly educated, but we also need to work hard to support the dreams we want. Next, Mr. Safwan and Mr. Wan are a proactive person, which is proactive means controlling a situation by getting things done rather than waiting for things to happen and reacting to them. According to him, he used to have his mother traded nasi campur in Butterworth and gained a little by little experience by seeing how his mother trade. He also took an initiative to make a loan with Bank Simpanan Nasional or BSN of 20,000 ringgit, and in a month he got 300 for 5 years. However, he also used his own capital and used the loan money for emergencies. Besides that, Mr. Safwan is also an open risk taker, which means they tend to take a risk if there are problems with financial or physical harm. For example, Mr. Safwan and Mr. Wan was prepared to take risks to get involved in the business world, which is a new thing for them because before this they were working as a government staff. At the time, they only bought necessities for cooking and umbrellas for them to shelter while cooking. Lastly, Mrs. Safwan also a visionary person, which defined as having or planning ideas on what should be done in future. He hopes to open more branches throughout the state in Malaysia. He also intends to maintain the taste of spicy chicken nasi lemak wherever it is sold so that everyone will remember the taste. As a visionary entrepreneur, he managed his income well not only to support his family but also for society, like his idol Sheikh Ahmad Bukhari. Next is resources that are available at that time. Point number 1 is the only sources they had was capital with their own money at that time and just buy necessary things for cooking and an umbrella for them to shelter. Next, Mrs. Safwan after that went to make an application for the Bumiputras but failed. But after that, he was advised by PSN employees to make a loan with them. Lastly is any networking. First point is they provided cards and flyers only as a sources of their store existence at first. However, the unexpected sustenance of Encik Safwan and also his friends, the existence of their nasi lemak ayam berempah store was hawked by word of mouth by the villagers there. Second point is Mr. Safwan also took the initiative by using apps to further promote his nasi lemak so that more people are interested in trying it, such as in Facebook and Instagram. Last point is their stall also was viralized on one of Penang Kini Instagram posts, and after that got a lot more attention from everyone. That's all from me. Thank you.
So I will move to the conclusion. From this report of entrepreneur profile assignment, what we can learn from the entrepreneur called Muhammad Safwan bin Abu Bakar is if we start doing the business, we should not give up easily. Second, Muhammad Safwan takes a good business opportunities by think ahead and be more focused in make any decisions based on his business further to succeed. And he is not a selfish person because he always share and give a talk about the business to the community who wanted to start a business, especially at the young age. Last, he has a natural leadership. It is because he has the great talent in managing his business, including financial matters.